Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lincoln, Nebraska. The local time is 6:55.
All in, all in. Since I'm standing up, I guess I will set the stage to give a little prep time because this is our first official road trip. When you are new to Maryland, you have to get up at any point tonight when you feel comfortable, and you can give whatever you want, a dance, a skit, a song. I mean, your teammates can help you.
And you could tell with the freshmen, they were really thinking hard about it, just panicking. And I feel like they're just, it's a time just to let loose and just let people see who you really are. And just, it's family,
I was actually kind of nervous because Libby, she did the juggling. You had some pretty good, hidden talents. Obviously, you had tremendous athleticism with Melina and her cartwheel round-off worm.
A lot of my teammates try to be acrobatic. We had a lot of physical things going on.
And so I thought, an Adam with the wall push-up, that was awesome. So it was like, man, I got to step my game up. And I went in the hallway with Chloe, and we were kind of brainstorming together because she hadn't gone yet. And then, I'm just thinking, I'm just going to go for it.
Get it over, Katie. You got flexibility.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky.
I know a big one was Tierney's, donkey kick.
I probably wouldn't encourage her to ever do that again.
Her squirrel calls. A lot of people never heard a squirrel call before.
Let's just pretend we're sitting in the forest. And all of a sudden you hear.
When she did that, I think everybody got a good laugh out of that. For her to just, let loose and just be her was a really cool thing to see.
When our new manager is Amy, she recited all the books of the Bible.
I went to a private Christian school my entire life, so I can recite all the books of the Bible.
I know I went to Christian school in high school, and I can't really name all of them like she did.
So here we go. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles.
Not only to see her do it, but you get to learn a little bit more about Amy and where she's coming from and what she's about.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, Corinthians 1 and 2.
I thought that was pretty cool to see because she's kind of a quiet kid, but she does so much, and then you see that, and you're like, whoa, this is a pretty special person.
John 1, 2, and 3, Jude, and Revelation.
Brenda's academic advisor in college.
Good to see you. Oh, wow. Awesome.
You too,
yeah.
girl.
Looking good in that Maryland shirt.
Hey, thank you.
Hey guys, this is Brian Williams. He was my extraordinary academic advisor when I played back in the day at Arizona. So obviously definitely. When you talk about people who have had an impact on your life, Brian has had a huge impact on my life and came here to be able to support us today.
She was on the basketball team at the University of Arizona, and I was responsible for about 7 sports, and basketball was one of those. I got to know Brenda really well as a person and as a great person, and also played basketball.
It's been years. When's the last time we've seen each other?
We haven't seen each other in person in a very long time. So, just reconnecting and seeing the people in his life that have had a huge impact on him as well.
Like Heather.
Hi,
I'm Chloe. Nice to meet you.
Chloe.
I thought it was important for our players to be able to see the kind of impact so many people have in your life, coaches, staff, support staff. You know, I wanted our players to be able to see, you know, later in life you are still going to have this dynamic and this relationship if you want it. And, you know, obviously Brian Williams had a tremendous impact on me while I was a student athlete at Arizona, and it still continues to this day.
Senior high school at age 17, I broke my neck on Christmas morning. Coming in from midnight church service, slipped on black ice in my car. I flew 120 feet in the air, forward, and about 20 feet up, and I was awake the whole time.
Words can't describe that speech. Just the way he came in there and just, you know, told us a story. I feel like it really fired us up. I feel like we all just focused in on him and just listened to what he had to say.
Miracles happen every day. You need to always remember to do your very best, even when things are hard. And just remember, enthusiasm is what gets you the furthest.
The tremendous thing was, you know, just to see a person who, you know, injured themselves and while they were in high school, and just how, you know, that they didn't allow their injuries to stop them. They didn't make up excuses on how they couldn't, he didn't make up excuses as how, you know, he couldn't do anything or how he wasn't capable of doing everything. It says a lot about our team that, you know, even though we are going through our adversity, I mean, it can always be worse.
So you win as a team and you lose as a team, from the #1 player to a walk-on.
You know, I thought he delivered his speech was just beautiful. I mean, you know, it gave a background and history, you know, of who he is, and you know, obviously a tremendous, you know, student athlete, you know, back in the day himself when he was coming up, and then, you know, all of a sudden one night, you know, your life can change in an instant.
Got no use of my hands. I got no triceps, paralyzed from here down, but every day's great, and I'm gonna play your best, and that's all you can ask.
And I think, you know, those lessons for all of us are so important, you know, to value every single moment, every breath that you get to have, because your life, you know, can turn in some sort of direction in the instant of a heartbeat, and just, you know, appreciating the moment.
All right, you got 2 pencils in front of you, right? I want you to take the first one, okay? And I want you to break it in half. The first one. Your second one, pass it to the middle. These together. How many were in here? 11. 11. Now I want you to break it. Give it all your strength, you know. I want you to think about how easy did that first pencil break. And then you talk about, you know, 11 strong here. Okay, 11 strong, you know, nobody could break it. Every single time you get ready to tip the ball up, the only way teams are able to be successful is when you have each other. When you have each other, nobody can break a team. Nobody. There's going to be a ton of adversity in this game tonight. A ton. You know it. You go out and you show them what Maryland basketball is all about. Maryland basketball is about being a team. You stick together, you work hard, you fight for each other.
The Nebraska game, it was a great game, but it was crazy. You know, I mean, the game, we were doing well. I mean, we started seeing people go down. 18 went down early in the game, like the first 4 minutes.
Well, I cramped really early in the game, like the first 4 minutes, and just really couldn't shake it, and just was exhausted, just really tired. And so to get, you know, my hydration back up, they put an IV in me at halftime. So I came out running out in like last minute, and they had to put Katie in.
Rutan, 3, left side, it's good.
And then they put me in right after that.
Thomas off to the races, coast to coast, glide and layup, good.
And then we see Chloe go down.
Second Terrapin to go down. Terrapins will sub in Katie Rutan.
We had, obviously we had the cramping issues during the game.
I've never seen that before. I've never gotten bad cramps in a game, and I didn't know that like so many people on the team got them like that.
Are they anxiety cramps? You know, does that play into it? Probably, yes, absolutely. You're playing you're traveling across the country. You're playing in a pretty high-profile game, you know, against a very good opponent. And there's a lot that goes into it, you know, the days leading up to help try to minimize the risk of that happening with those specific individuals are critical.
It tends to increase at like high level games because the anxiety increases. When your anxiety increases a little, you'd burn through everything a little bit quicker.
Right baseline shot off the rim, no good. Mincy gets the rebound.
While I was dribbling up the court, I was trying to get to the middle, but as I was pushing off to create space, I felt my knee twist and I just fell to the floor immediately. My first thought was, Lauren, get up.
Lauren Mincy lying down on the court right now. Terrapins have already lost 2 players to ACL injuries this season.
I think I pretty much knew right then that it was more serious than I had assumed it was before. Usually when I get injured, I hop right back up, but this was something way different.
You know, I didn't know quite for sure, if it was an ACL, but I do know this. I know Lauren Mincy's a tough kid, and if she's on the floor and stays down, something's not good.
When Lauren went down, the first thing you want to do is get to the court and get her calm and get her to the sideline, because that's really where you're going to do your evaluation. You're not going to really do much of it on the court.
As Lauren Mincy's being helped up, slowly but surely.
I laid there for a couple of more seconds, and then they helped me up off the court. I was able to, just walk off the court. And after I got off the court, Megan told me to get on the bike, just to warm it up. And I noticed right away that I couldn't even pedal a full turn around the bicycle. And she asked me, was I good to go in? And I said no.
Look at it as I have to stay calm and collective because, our freshmen, they're being put in roles that they didn't expect to be put in this year. And so if, the upperclassmen aren't calm, then they're not going to be calm. So we try to just to play balance.
You got one kid that goes down during the game, you got cramps, there's all this adversity, and they just blew it out of the water.
Rebound track down, here's Thomas up and rims in good.
We brought more freshmen in, and we actually expanded the lead to over 20 points when Lauren went down.
Takes into the lane, here's Furman, left baseline, rims out and in good.
You would have never known that we lost a player that day because everyone stepped up and played their best game.
Another defensive impact play by her. Lead feed on the fast break, left-hand layup up and good by Hawkins.
You come away with this great win, a lot of adversity obviously between injury and players cramping up, and so you're ready to go into the locker room and celebrate with your team, and I walk around the corner and all I see is a room full of players on the floor getting worked on. Getting treatment, looked like they were in an emergency room.
You still need it? You still need it? I was complaining about my calves, and then immediately Melina and Teddy came and was like, TT, I'll massage your calf. And I was like, at first I was like, no. And then Melina's like, no, I got it. I do whatever it takes. So now I was like, sure, why not?
They're great teammates, so they're trying to take care of each other. Of course, you had Brene, and she's had a lot of experience with rehab and physical therapy, so she was first to jump right in and help out.
People laid across each other, rubbing cramps, rubbing calves, rubbing arms, legs, necks, and backs, and I'm just like, today must have been a really, really hard game, and we did fight for each other that game.
To me, seeing everybody helping each other out after the game was just kind of showing their love for each other. They were having fun and they were enjoying each other, and it was kind of cool to see them step up and try to help each other out.
It was great to have so many supporters along for this trip. They're there for us through the good times and the bad. For them to take in an environment like this and be behind the bench and supporting our team really means a lot.
What was it like to have a Turk push you around like that?
Oh my God, I just don't want her to strain anything.
Yeah, don't strain anything.
All right.
I can't explain how good it feels to see familiar faces in the stands. Just knowing we have that whole Maryland family behind us gives us all the confidence in the world.
I'm Rose DePaula. I'm the Maryland Women's Basketball Media Relations Director. I work with them on their media skills and how to deal with interviews and press conferences. We were fortunate to have two really great people in the business working the Connecticut game in Rebecca Lobo and Doris Burke. During shoot-around that day, we decided, it was actually Coach Freeze's idea, to introduce Chloe to them.
It doesn't necessarily have to be sports, but I would like to get into ESPN.
And in her conversation with Doris Burke, it was suggested that she see the production truck.
Yeah, super excited. I can't believe
Where are you going?
to the truck. I think it's the ESPN truck, to see where all the action and the magic goes down.
Here you go.
It is cool when you see all the screens, all the different camera angles at one time, how they, go from camera to camera, all the graphics they make.
The front of the truck, okay, so Vidge, who's our technical director, our director is Mike Ireland, who's up there, and I'll sit here. So this is in the front of the truck here.
When you see how they make all those things, you really see how many people it takes. And Chloe, I don't think she had any idea that it takes that many people, but I think it was definitely an eye-opener for her, and it made her even more excited to want to do that.
How was it?
That was really cool. I've watched Doris and Rebecca since I was really, really little. So it's just cool actually meeting them in person, and because that's where I want to be one day.
How fitting for Maryland to be in this game tonight and understand what it represents. When you talk about, Jimmy V's speech, never give up. When you talk about people that are out there fighting for their lives because they have cancer and they don't know if they're going to get tomorrow. And I think about how cool of an opportunity, for every single person who watches us today, live, television, doesn't matter, that they get to turn on and they get to watch and they get to see, wow. Because you know what? They're not expecting wow from Maryland. This game is about us. This game is about us going out and showing everybody what Maryland basketball is all about. You go out, you play for each other, and you play to give maximum effort for 40 minutes. Let's go. You come out and you give maximum effort for 40 minutes.
It was a war, 40 minutes, but I'm really proud of how we competed. I mean, we fought every single possession.
Good job! Good job, Chloe! Bravo! Yeah! Yes! Yes!
We played until the final buzzer.
Yes!
Against the number 2 team in the country, a team that has a ton of depth. The fact that we were able to hold them to season low points, 3-point field goal percentage, we out-rebounded them, we caused them into negative assist to turnover ratio, so a lot of great things for us to be able to build upon.
Couldn't get down on ourselves because that's what UConn wanted, and that would have helped them capitalize on their lead, but everyone was still positive, and our motto this game was never give up, and that's what we tried to do.
There's a freshman that's not scared. A freshman competing. Really proud. He freaking left everything out on the court.
Final score, UConn 63, Maryland 48.
Been working hard all spring, summer, and have had just a ton of people contribute to our locker room renovations. We are so appreciative of all of the donors that contributed to our locker room, and those things don't happen without key people understanding that we need to be able to have their financial assistance to be able to make something so beautiful like the locker room we have. We're just really fortunate that they love this team and they want to be able to assist in any way they can. Definitely very anxious. Nobody has seen it. We kind of made it off limits. Told them we were working through the floor and some things going down. But and a lot of them were really good. They didn't want to see it until it was completed. And it really today kind of feels like Christmas. Ho ho ho! But I think what I'm most proud about is that we gave a lot of ownership and feedback to our players. Y'all ready? What they wanted their locker room and lounge to look like, so they have picked out so many things with a personal touch. They're going to be really excited to be able to see how it's all come together. Over here, your little sister. 1, 2, 3.
Close your eyes, close your eyes. Close your eyes.
That's nice. I like that. That's
We'll first select your locker with what we're doing. So
Alphabetical order by class. Tiana Hawkins.
This is my locker.
Beautiful. I love it. It's like the lighting's good, the space is crazy, our lockers are nice, we got TVs.
The new locker room is great. The best part about it is the surround sound, because I like to listen to music. So I like the TV too, but for the most part, I like the music.
We can go red without it rotating. We can go gold.
I love our new locker room. I love how we're able to, go into the lounge and just all sit on the couch and kick back and watch TV.
It's beautiful. It's really nice. It's really more comfortable looking and all, and the doors are fabulous. I can see people coming out now. I don't get bumped in the back.